Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever you may be. I am Mezzo9, and welcome once again to my Magiquarry mezzanine. Today, I've got a few things I want to show you, a few very different things. Whoops, I shouldn't have done that. That was a random spell. I'm not even sure what spell I just cast. It was an magica spell. Oh well, moving on. Yeah, I've got a few things I want to show you today. It's a bit of a variety, and I'm going to start out simple with a brand new wand cap for us. One focus. I keep doing that! One focus of frost. It's a very simple one. It's usable in and out of battle. And it's the same pattern as the other basic one foci even. Diamond in the middle for this one, 4 quartz around it, and 4 water shards in the corner for this one. And again, this is using water V rather than the other V. And order and peditio. Not peditio, that's the aspect. But the V is entropy. No, the V is ordo. It's just the shards that are entropy. Anyway, that makes us our lovely new one focus of frost. And I'm going to equip that, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But first, I'm going to show you the second thing I wanted to make for you guys today. It's a very handy little item called Hyper-energetic Nitor. Now, there are a few mods out there that make this absolutely obsolete because of what it does. And what it does is lights up the area around the player as long as you've got the Nitor. I think it's in your inventory, it might be just in your hotbar. This is an alchemy recipe, hence the bottles of Essentia in my hand. And it's quite a big alchemy recipe, which is why I've left the cauldron crucible nearly empty, water-wise. So let's light this up. Now, this takes some pretty odd amounts of Essentia. 10 air, 10 ignis, 25 lux, and 25 potentia. You might notice that none of those are amounts that we can get from a single vial, an integer of vials. That's a whole number for those of you that don't know the meaning of integer. Sorry, I was a bit of a math buff at school. And so you can see that to round it out, I've got a couple of other bits in my inventory. So 3 vials of lux Essentia is 24, and we need 25 lux. So I've also grabbed a torch, which gives me 1 lux. And it's a similar deal with potentia, which I've got an extra 1 potentia there, and there's also vitreous, the one I can never remember. I think it might actually be vitreous. So, I am going to have a few aspects left over, obviously. Bit of ignis. There's going to be 6 ignis, 6 air, and 1 vitreous left over from this recipe. But it's the best I could do without making too much effort, because I'm lazy. So let's chuck them in. And I'm going to leave what's left in there to boil down when I'm done. Oh god, this is going to overflow, I'm sure of it now. Which is why I wanted a particularly empty crucible. That didn't go in. There we go, that was quite a close one, to be honest. It didn't overflow, but it was very close. I'm going to leave it boiling to boil out those aspects. And I've done that since I left this sign here, and just left it and ignored it and come back and found nothing in the way of mess. So I think this sign, where it is blocking the mess from coming out. And if it is, that's really nice. Oh yeah, look at it. It should be making flux gas and flux goo and all that crap, but it's not. Oh, there's a bit of flux goo. Okay. Alright, it's still making that. But more importantly, we now have this hyper-energetic Nitor. Hypergenic? What even is that? If you know what I'm thinking of, then let me know in the comments. Man, I'm whizzing through this. It's probably because of the amount of coffee I've drunk. Anyway. No, it's just raining, it's not night. Okay, I'll go into my mines, I guess. Oh, where am I getting all this lag from? Fuck off, lag. Fuck off! You weren't doing this earlier? Well, this is almost boiled out now, so we can turn that off now that it has boiled out. And I'm going to place a light niter there to get rid of that. And that can go back in my inventory. Sorry, just tidying things up a bit. Why have I got all this gold with me? Well, we can have my golems come and collect it. Where are they? There we go. They'll be down here and picking it up in just a moment. For some reason, they don't like to take the levitators. Right, let's go into somewhere. Where's dark? Where can I find some... I can make some darkness quite easily, to be honest. Right, you can see from here that the end of that hallway is all pitch black. But when I get close, well, it's not at all. There's no lighting down here. Where is this light coming from? Well, you know by now, it's the Hyper-energetic Nitor. So I'm just gonna... I'll do that later, actually. I should put some actual Nitor in there, though, so that it doesn't, like, fill with monsters. There was one other thing I wanted to show you, and I suppose I could do that before I go outside. Might help pass the time till night anyway. And I still need to show you what the frost cap does, so I need to remember that. Again, I have this third recipe all set up and ready. This one is a bit of arcane infusion. Lovely. Always a bit entertaining. I'll leave it on. So, this is to make a traveller's trunk, I think it's called. Traveller's chest, something like that. Travelling trunk, that was it. Which is pretty much the luggage from Terry Pratchett's Discworld. Or... gaming reference I need, really. Chester from Half Starved. That's a good one. Haven't played Half Starved, I've just watched a few Let's Plays of it. Anyway, so what we need for this, we've got a hungry chest in the middle, which I showed you how to make last episode. We've got two pieces of two greatwood planks, or blocks of greatwood planks rather, and one iron ingot. And you just saw me pick up this golem, this wood golem, which is the final ingredient. I just wanted to show you that when you left-click with it like you would to put... right-click even, like you would to put anything else on a pedestal, it just brings it to life like a normal golem, places it down like a normal golem. So instead, you've got to make sure when placing a golem on a pedestal, shift right-click. Wanted to make sure you knew that, because it took me about half an hour to work it out, because I'm an idiot. So, nice basic recipe. For this we also need 4 Iter Essentia, which is the journey one, 4 Motus, 4 Spiritus, and 16 Vacuous. I've got all of that and plenty of extra ready upstairs. I've checked and everything. So, let's just switch this on, and as per usual, stand back and watch. If you did get the Terry Pratchett's Luggage reference, then let me know in the comments, and if you didn't, you should really read some Terry Pratchett, they're great books. The very first Discworld is where the Luggage is introduced. Colour of Magic it's called, and it's a very good book. So, here we go, our very own bit of luggage. The travelling trunk, and we just need to place this down, and boing, boing, boing. He follows me. He's got health as well, and I can open him up at any time and chuck stuff in there. Oh, you might have noticed I have confirmed that the Hyper-energetic Nitor works from in my inventory rather than just my hotbar. That's nice. That's very nice. So, now I've got all this new equipment. A chest following me, and a new wand cap, and a focus, new wand focus, and a, You stuck in the door, mate? Need to name you at some point, but not right now. Any suggestions for names? Leave them in the comments section. That's what it's for. And I've also got the new Nitor glowy thing. And some lag again. You having a bit of difficulty with the stairs down there? So perhaps he's not the most intelligent of allies. But he's still pretty handy. Seriously. Come on. This way. And then this way. There we go. God, that was a little bit of a chore. I guess I can't walk too slowly, otherwise he can't keep up. And then he'll just get lost. And that's not what I want. Oh, fuck off, lag! I need my frame rate. I'm trying to record. This is a slow march up the stairs. So I've already identified one problem with this guy, but oh well. He's still going to come in handy very often. If he doesn't keep getting stuck in the windows. I'm going to have to check again how to make it stand still, so I can just make him wait in the doorway. I can't do that anymore, because he won't be able to follow me. Shit. Right, oh well. Let's go this way then. Perhaps he's just going to be a friend for in the mines. Pick up all my dump resources. I wonder how far away I can get from him and he'll still follow. Oh! So you get too far and he just teleports to you. That's brilliant. Sorry, on my last world I'd only made this for about 5 minutes before the server crashed. Not the server, but the instance kind of broke and I'm still not sure why, and I never backed it up because I'm a fool. And it was before I was recording. Kind of gave me the kickstart I needed to start recording, because before then I was just saying, right, I want to get this done and then this done and make this up to scratch before I record any of it. And I was just not doing it. So when that happened, I went, right, I'm going to need to start recording everything before I start losing everything. Anyway, I was going to show you what this does. So as well as being usable in combat, I'm sorry Mr. Travelling Trunk, but I'm going to use that as an example. So that's done him 4 damage, 3 damage even, lovely. It's not too bad. I mean, could be better. It's not as good as my other battle wand focuses. Foci, come on! It's not as good as them, but it's also got this bonus effect. Let's go there. Plus, it has more knockback than any of the other wand foci, battle wand foci. And it can be used to break certain blocks. I know that glass is one of them. Is leaves one? Yeah, look, just broke those leaves. Basically, weak blocks you can break with the ice. Although it's also very easy to hit yourself by accident. And random bit of glass there. Probably placed that there trying to get it out of my inventory or something. I'm not sure what else you can break with it, because it's not a cap I use focus I use very often. Certainly not my favourite. My favourite is going to be between these 3. The shock, the equal trade, and the uprising. And I'm going to switch to the uprising now because... Oh. What happened there? Because I like the uprising. So, how's this going down here, guys? Well, you've not harvested any of these. Moving on. Moving on. I wanted to make one final adjustment to my travelling trunk. Let's see if he can teleport through a closed door. Just curious now. Screw you, lag! Screw you! Got to find out what's causing that. I've gone down too far as well. I'd assume I've got a wisp or something, but I can't hear it. Is he still bouncing about up there? Oh well. What was I doing? I was showing you... Oh no, there he is. Showing you the last adjustment I wanted to make to my lovely travelling trunk. Is it in this one? No, that was where I had the new one focus. Here we go. This is another golem upgrade, because the travelling trunk is technically a golem. And it's the same recipe as the others, but instead of the shard and the V, we've swapped them out for the entropy shard and the Perditio V. Sorry, nudge the microphone. So, golem upgrade of entropy. 8 gold nuggets, 1 entropy shard, 10 entropy V, and I've got a bit of a discount. Could have had more of a discount, but I don't care. And let's also drop this shard for someone to pick. Actually, let's hang on to that for a minute, because that'll help me show you this. Where's he gone? Yeah, I can hear you bouncing about. Where are... Oh, you're down there. What are you doing down there, you nutter? There you are. So, let's equip this this upgrade of entropy, same as you'd equip any other golem upgrade to any other golem. And now we can show you what it does. Put these in my hotbar so we can just chuck them on the floor. I'm not sure how effective it is. There we go! Oh. Let's move him this way a little then. Still a little too far away, I guess. There we go, he ate it. Okay, so it's not a perfect function, but it does the job. And if I head down a few... I can't go that route because he won't be able to follow me, and it actually takes longer going down that way, but it's a quicker way of getting upwards. I don't know what's going on there, but I've got the equipment to fix it. Wow, I'm probably going to have to make my doorways wider or something. Where is he? Oh, he's still down the floor, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to make my doorways wider for him to get through them. Oh! Oh! He used the lift! That's good to know. Because the normal golems don't do that. Right, what did I want to grab from... Yeah, the stone. I only need 1. Hang on to the rest, mate. And we are going to go this way. And I'm just going to swap that. I need to select the right block, swap that out. And now I'm going to see just how effective he is and show off one of my Ars Magica spells simultaneously. How is this magic possible? How? Because I'm a wizard. Didn't you see my hat? Oh no, I want Rincewind's wizard hat. Oh, that would be so awesome. So, here we go. Into my spell book and get this spell up. Let's pick a spot. Right there will do nicely. So as you can see quite clearly, all the spell does is not... Well, I say all, it's a pretty good effect. Just knocks the blocks out. And then he picks them up. And all is like lovely. La. It's a very quick way of like Like? Why am I saying like so much? I don't say like that much in normal conversation, do I? It's a quick way of training up your Ars Magica skills. Because it's also really, really cheap on your mana. Especially compared to, for example, any combat spells, which I've also got a few of. See if I can find any enemies in here to show you that. The travelling chest does not attack enemies, but if you give it a fire upgrade, it does. Thought I'd point that out. Each of the upgrades is worth checking out its effects for the travelling trunk, and if you've unlocked the upgrade, it will be listed under the travelling trunk recipe in your Thaumcraft. And worth looking at. So I'm trying to find some enemies at the moment to show you some of my other spells, but I've lit this place up a little too well, I think, because I don't see any enemies. Well, we've kind of hit time for today anyway. I'll show you my spells when I've got a few more impressive ones. I'm hoping to unlock the Area of Effect ability soon. And aside from that, I'm going to bond a little with my travelling trunk. Let me know your suggestions for names for him. I might pick one of them, I might not. I might just name him myself in between episodes, so I don't know yet. And meanwhile, I'm going to try and figure out how to get back home. If you've enjoyed the episode, don't forget to click like, favourite, or subscribe. If you've got anything you want to mention to me, don't forget to leave a comment. And aside from that, thank you all very much for watching. I'm very lost now, and goodbye.